MasterChef España, a crucible for aspiring chefs. The heat is on, the judges are tough, and only the most skilled survive. Each season, the competition grows fiercer, and the stakes get higher. With each challenge, contestants face their culinary demons, pushing boundaries and testing their mettle. The kitchen becomes a battlefield where every mistake is magnified and every success is hard-won. But nothing could have prepared them for the infamous partridge incident. It was a moment that would go down in MasterChef España history. The season began like any other, a vibrant mix of personalities united by their love of food. The air was thick with anticipation and the promise of culinary excellence. From seasoned home cooks to enthusiastic amateurs, each contestant brought their own unique flavor to the MasterChef kitchen. Their backgrounds were as diverse as their cooking styles, creating a melting pot of creativity and competition. The judges, renowned chefs in their own right, watched with discerning eyes, ready to crown the next culinary star. Their critiques were sharp, their praise rare, and their expectations sky-high. Week after week, the challenges escalated, demanding creativity, precision, and nerves of steel. The contestants had to adapt quickly, think on their feet, and deliver under immense pressure. Contestants battled through pressure tests, invention tests, and team challenges, their dreams hanging in the balance with every dish. The kitchen was a cauldron of stress, where time was the enemy and perfection the goal, but it was a seemingly straightforward farm-to-table challenge that would become the season's most unforgettable moment. The simplicity of the task belied the complexity of execution. The task seemed simple enough: transform a humble partridge from its raw state into a culinary masterpiece. Yet the challenge was fraught with hidden difficulties that would test even the most experienced chefs. Little did they know this challenge would expose a raw nerve, leading to a shocking exit and igniting a firestorm of controversy. The partridge incident became a turning point, a moment of high drama that left an indelible mark on the season. The fallout from the incident was immediate and intense. Contestants were left reeling, the judges were taken aback, and the viewers were glued to their screens. It was a reminder of the unpredictable nature of the competition and the high stakes involved. The partridge incident sparked debates and discussions both inside and outside the MasterChef kitchen. It was a testament to the passion and intensity that the show inspires, and a clear indication that in the world of MasterChef, anything can happen. As the season progressed, the contestants had to pick up the pieces and move forward. The incident had left its mark, but it also served as a catalyst for growth and determination. The remaining chefs were more focused than ever, driven by the desire to prove themselves and achieve their culinary dreams. In the end, MasterChef España is more than just a cooking competition. It's a journey of self-discovery, a test of resilience, and a celebration of culinary artistry. Each season brings new challenges, new stories, and new heroes, all united by their love of food and their quest for excellence. The partridge incident will be remembered as one of the most dramatic moments in the show's history, but it also highlighted the true spirit of MasterChef, the relentless pursuit of perfection, the courage to take risks, and the unwavering passion for the culinary arts. As the season draws to a close, the journey of these aspiring chefs serves as an inspiration to all who dream of making their mark in the culinary world. MasterChef España continues to be a beacon of excellence, a stage where culinary dreams come true, and a testament to the power of perseverance and passion. Farm to table, a culinary philosophy that emphasizes fresh, locally sourced ingredients. This movement has gained significant traction in recent years as more people become conscious of where their food comes from and how it is produced. The idea is simple yet profound: to create dishes that are not only delicious but also sustainable and environmentally friendly. It's about connecting with the origins of our food, building relationships with local farmers, and understanding the hard work that goes into growing each ingredient. By doing so, chefs can ensure that they are using the freshest and most flavorful produce available, which in turn elevates the quality of their dishes. Understanding the journey from field to plate is crucial. It allows chefs to appreciate the nuances of each ingredient and to use them in ways that highlight their natural flavors. This connection to the source of our food fosters a deeper respect for the ingredients and the people who produce them. For the MasterChef contestants, it was a chance to showcase their skills with the simplest of ingredients. The challenge was not just about cooking, It was about demonstrating their ability to transform humble components into extraordinary dishes using creativity and technical prowess. The challenge was unveiled. Each contestant received a whole partridge, feathers and all. This was no ordinary task. It required them to draw on their butchery skills and their understanding of game birds, which are often considered a delicacy. The task was clear. Prepare and cook the bird, showcasing its unique flavor and texture. The contestants had to think on their feet, deciding how best to honor the ingredient, while also impressing the judges with their culinary techniques. The judges emphasized the importance of respecting the ingredient, utilizing every part of the bird. This meant not only cooking the meat to perfection, but also finding creative uses for the offal and other parts that might otherwise go to waste. For some, this was an exciting opportunity to demonstrate their butchery skills and knowledge of traditional cooking methods. They relished the chance to show their proficiency in handling game birds, a skill that is highly valued in the culinary world. The air buzzed with anticipation as contestants sharpened their knives and strategized their dishes. Each one had a different approach, some opting for classic preparations, while others experimented with modern techniques and bold flavors. But for one contestant, Saray Carrillo, the challenge sparked an unexpected reaction. Known for her innovative and daring culinary style, Saray was usually confident and composed in the kitchen. Saray, known for her bold flavors and unconventional approach, seemed hesitant from the start. Her usual bravado was replaced with uncertainty as she contemplated the task ahead. As her fellow contestants dove into the task, she stood frozen, her eyes fixed on the unplucked bird before her. The sight of the whole partridge, with its feathers still intact, seemed to unsettle her deeply. A wave of discomfort washed over her face, and a sense of unease settled over the MasterChef kitchen. The pressure was palpable, and it was clear that this challenge was pushing Saray out of her comfort zone. The question remained: would she rise to the occasion, or be overwhelmed by the task at hand? Saray's discomfort was palpable. While others prepped their birds with practiced ease, she remained rooted to the spot, her gaze locked on the partridge. The once vibrant atmosphere of the kitchen seemed to dim, the silence punctuated only by the clatter of knives and the sizzle of pans. Whispers rippled through the contestants. What was Saray doing? Why wasn't she preparing her bird? The judges, too, noticed her hesitation. A palpable tension filled the air, a sense of anticipation building with every passing second. Finally, Saray spoke, her voice barely a whisper. "I can't," she confessed, her eyes welling up. "I can't pluck the bird." The confession hung in the air, a stark contrast to the flurry of activity around her. The other contestants exchanged surprised glances, their initial amusement quickly turning to concern. This wasn't a strategic ploy, a calculated move to gain an advantage. This was something deeper, a personal aversion that ran far beneath the surface. Saray's fear was real, raw, and impossible to ignore. A hush fell over the MasterChef kitchen. The air was thick with anticipation, every contestant holding their breath, waiting for the judge's verdict. The silence was almost deafening, a stark contrast to the usual hustle and bustle of the kitchen. All eyes turned to the judges, their faces a mixture of disbelief and disappointment. The gravity of the situation was palpable, and the contestants could feel the weight of the judges' expectations bearing down on them. The challenge was clear, the expectations set. Each contestant knew what was at stake, and the pressure to perform was immense. This was not just a test of their culinary skills, but a measure of their creativity and resilience. To present an unprocessed bird was not just unconventional, it was unheard of. The sight of the raw, unplucked bird on the plate was jarring, a stark reminder of the raw reality of cooking. It was a bold move, one that could either make or break a contestant. Chef Pepe Rodriguez, known for his no-nonsense demeanor and unwavering standards, was the first to speak. His reputation for being a tough but fair judge preceded him, and the contestants knew that his words carried weight. "Saray," he began, his voice firm yet measured. "This is MasterChef." His tone was serious, his gaze unwavering. The room seemed to hold its breath, waiting for his next words. "We expect a certain level of commitment, a willingness to push your boundaries. This competition is not just about cooking, it's about growth, about challenging yourself to be better." His words hung in the air, a challenge to every contestant in the room. Chef Samantha Vallejo Noguera, usually the picture of warmth and encouragement, seemed visibly taken aback. Her usual smile was replaced with a look of concern, her eyes reflecting the gravity of the situation. "I understand this is difficult," she said, her voice laced with concern, "but you knew the challenge. We all did." Her words were gentle but firm, a reminder of the expectations that came with being a part of MasterChef. Saray stood her ground, her voice trembling slightly as she explained her aversion. She spoke of her fear, her discomfort, and the deep-seated anxiety that the challenge had triggered. She had never handled poultry in its raw form, the thought of plucking feathers and cleaning the bird filling her with dread. It was more than just a task, it was a confrontation with her deepest fears. It was a deeply ingrained discomfort, a fear she couldn't simply shake off. The challenge had pushed her to her limits, forcing her to confront something she had always avoided. The judges listened intently, their expressions unreadable. They understood the difficulty of the task, but they also knew the importance of overcoming such challenges. The tension in the air was thick enough to cut with a knife. Every contestant felt it, the weight of the moment pressing down on them. This was a turning point, a moment that would define their journey in the competition. This wasn't just about a poorly executed dish, it was about respect for the ingredients, for the challenge, and for the competition itself. The judges' disappointment was not just in the presentation, but in the lack of effort and respect for the process. Saray's reflection on the challenge was a moment of introspection. She realized that MasterChef was not just about cooking, but about personal growth and overcoming fears. It was a journey of self-discovery, one that required courage and resilience. The other contestants, though competitors, offered words of encouragement. They understood the difficulty of the challenge and the courage it took to face it. In that moment, the kitchen was not just a battleground, but a place of camaraderie and support. As the judges prepared to give their final verdict, the room was filled with a sense of anticipation. The outcome of this challenge would not just determine the fate of one contestant, but would set the tone for the rest of the competition. Saray accepted the feedback with grace, understanding that this was a learning experience. She knew that to succeed in MasterChef, she would need to face her fears head-on and push beyond her comfort zone. With renewed determination, Saray vowed to take this experience as a lesson. She would not let fear hold her back. This was just the beginning of her journey, and she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The judges, seeing her resolve, offered words of encouragement. They knew that the road to success was paved with challenges, and it was those who faced them head-on who would ultimately triumph. The competition continued, each contestant more determined than ever. The kitchen was once again filled with the sounds of chopping, sizzling, and the clatter of pots and pans. The journey was far from over, and each contestant was ready to give it their all. This was MasterChef, where every challenge was an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become the best version of oneself. The journey was tough, but the rewards were worth it. And for Saray, this was just the beginning.